Hello everybody, welcome in. This is the Crystal Guardian here to do another tarot reading for the collective. We're going to call in our guides, guardians, spirit, ancestors. Please give us your divine guidance and wisdom in this reading today. Any negative energies being sent our way, please return them back to the sender. We ask this in the name of the Most High. And I'm using my handwritten deck today. Okay, so what do we need to know? Okay, so let's see what we have. Trauma bond. We have energy vampire coming out. Scorpion and the frog wanted to control you. Okay. So we have testing your boundaries, sleepless nights, always expected you to put up with their bullshit, and wolf in sheep's clothing. So I feel like whoever you were dealing with was an energy vampire. This was somebody who wanted to control you. They created a trauma bond with you, constantly testing your boundaries. It caused a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress and anxiety for you. This is somebody who came in as a wolf in sheep's clothing, pretended to be something they weren't in order to manipulate you, to control you. This is somebody who is very entitled, had a lot of audacity. They always expected you to put up with their bullshit no matter what they did to you. They always expected you to just tolerate anything that they put you through, to never walk away. This is somebody who fed off of you emotionally. They would do things to get a rise out of you so that they could feed off of your energy. And with the scorpion and the frog being here, I've talked about this in another reading. This card came out. It's basically, this person isn't going to change. They are who they are. They can't help who they are. The scorpion and the frog is like basically like an old fable. And it's a scorpion and a frog are by the side of a river. The scorpion asks the frog for a ride because he's going across the river and the scorpion wants to get to the other side. The frog tells the scorpion, no, because you'll sting me and kill me. And the scorpion said, why would I do that? If I did, it wouldn't benefit me. I wouldn't be able to get across the river. So the frog, against his better judgment, decides to give the scorpion the benefit of the doubt and gives the scorpion a ride on his back across the river. Halfway across, the scorpion stings the frog. The frog says to the scorpion, why did you do that? Now we're both going to die. I'm going to die of poisoning and you're going to drown. And the scorpion just says, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It's my nature. So this person, it's in their nature. They're an energy vampire. It's just in their nature. They are going to just keep doing these same things to you. It's just who they are. They're not going to change. They can't help themselves. This is this person's personality. It's literally who they are. So why did they want to control you? Let's get that out here. These cards are just spitting out. Okay. Like, in this relationship, you wanted to give this person equal give and take. I feel like you poured a lot into this person, but they were always just taking and taking and taking from you and leaving you with nothing. If you look at the card here, this one person is getting all the benefits and this other person's here in tattered rags with their hand out, not receiving anything. So they could have given you things when you first met them in order for them to love bomb you, to get you into this trauma bond. But really, it was just all about control. And once they got you where they wanted you, where they could test your boundaries, had you bonded to them, they kind of ripped the rug out from under you. and stopped giving to you, just expected you to just keep pouring into them without getting anything in return. They cast a lot of illusions with the Seven of Cups being here. This is somebody, they did a lot of lying to you. They kept you in your head a lot. They played a lot of mind games with you. They created a lot of towers in your life. All because they had this desire to control you, to feed off of you. Whoever this person was, whether they're man or female, male or female, man or a woman, they were in this King of Wands energy. This is somebody who is like extremely ruthless and manipulative. They exploit other people. And nothing you do for this person is ever good enough. They give you the bare minimum. You're lucky if you even get that, basically. You're begging for the bare minimum from this person. And you could be pouring your all into this person. And they'll sit there and tell you how you're not doing enough for them, while they don't do jack shit for you. Because they really feel like you owe it to them. They expect you to put up with all their bullshit. They feel very entitled. They have a lot of audacity. They just think that you owe them everything and you're just dirt beneath their feet. They don't have to do a damn thing for you in return. And you're just supposed to be there and be happy with it. And shut up and put up with it. That's this person's feelings. So with the Eight of Wands here, I feel like you moved away from this person. There was something that happened. I feel like it was a sudden change that happened that really made you go in and look at what was going on, who this person truly was. They did something to push you over the edge here and really just wake you up, snap you out of these illusions. Whatever this tower moment was that they caused, this caused you to really look things over, and it caused a rapid change in your relationship. They weren't able to pull the wool over your eyes anymore, these illusions. You started to see things for what they were. You started to see how this person just wanted to control you. Okay, Scorpion and the Frog, why is that here? We have the Eight of Pentacles coming out. So with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you, like I said, poured a lot into this person. And they just gave nothing in return. You felt like you had to walk away with the Eight of Cups. You realized they are who they are. No matter how much work you pour into this person here with these Eight Pentacles, nothing was ever going to change. They just were who they were. Nothing was ever going to improve. You had to walk away from this situation with the Eight of Cups being here. Page of Swords. I feel like they want to come in and communicate with you. They're feeling restless after you walked away. They're watching you. They're watching what you're doing. With the Two of Wands being here, I feel like you're making positive progress forward since walking away from this person. They're seeing your progress. They're trying to prevent you from having a stable foundation with the Four of Wands in reverse. This person is trying to put a stop to your stability. This person wants you to be unstable. They want you to be exhausted with the Four of Swords in the reverse. They want you burnt out. They want you stagnant. They want you stressed. They want you exhausted. Because if you are unbalanced, unstable, exhausted, stressed, burnt out, you can't move on with these Two of Wands. You can't leave. You can't make progress. They want to keep you stuck. If you're planning to walk away, if you haven't walked away yet, or you've already walked away, now you could be working on yourself, pouring into your own cups since leaving this person alone. Or you could be working to get out of this situation. You could be working on walking away from this person. They could feel it energetically. They don't want you to move on with your life. They don't want you to have progress. They want you to be stressed and unstable, because as long as you're stressed and unstable, they can control you. If somebody can control your emotions, they can control you. So you showing this person any emotional response, because they're an energy vampire, they feed off of it, then they know they've got you. So if you're still in contact with this person, gray rock them. If you're unfamiliar with gray rocking, it's basically where you give very flat, unemotional, short yes, no responses. Don't explain yourself to them. Don't explain your reasoning. Don't raise your voice. Don't get upset. Don't cry. Don't show them any emotion whatsoever. Don't give them any explanations. Just, nope, I'm not doing this. Yes, it's done. Whatever. But just be very flat, very unemotional. If you can cut contact with this person altogether, go no contact. Don't feed into their bullshit, because any response, whether positive or negative, they feed off of that energy. Okay, I feel like you've released them with emotional vampire being here in the reverse. You've either woken up to who they are, or you've already released them. If you've released them here with the Five of Pentacles, they're feeling the loss of you because they can't feed off of you emotionally anymore. If you've walked away, they feel like they've been left out in the cold. Now they're in lack and worry because they can't feed off of your energy anymore. With the Knight of Wands here, if you've walked away, they're going to come in with some kind of action towards you to try to keep you trapped in this trauma bond here, because they don't want to lose their source of energy supply. Yeah, they're going to, if you've walked away, they're going to come in with some kind of passionate response, offering you a reconciliation with the Ace of Cups here, with Judgment coming out in the reverse. If you take this Ace of Cups from this person, if you reconcile with this person, this is going to lead you to self-destruct. You would be ignoring your intuition. This is just going to lead to self-loathing, self-doubt, and destruction to any progress that you've made. And it's hard when you're in a trauma bond, because it becomes almost like a drug addiction with this person. You get addicted to the chemical response from your body and your brain of the cortisol from the stress of it, and the dopamine from when this person is occasionally nice to you. And it almost is like being addicted to a drug. Your body gets hooked on these emotions, and it's very hard to cut this trauma bond. So with the Knight of Cups in the reverse being here, this person is jealous. They're moody right now. They want to keep you stuck with the Six of Swords in the reverse. They don't want you to sail on to calmer waters. They want to rock the boat, because that gives them, like I said, that gives them control. So they're trying to keep you stuck. They're trying to keep the door open for themselves with this trauma bond here. They don't want you to be able to move on. They want to keep you trauma bonded to them. They want to keep you locked in this toxic cycle. Because if you walk away from them, if you sail on to these calmer waters, you're going to move into this King of Cups energy. This is somebody who's emotionally balanced. They have control over themselves. This is somebody who's empathetic, but they know when enough is enough. They're not going to let people control their emotions. And if you go into this King of Cups energy, if you self-reflect with the Hermit here, and you sail onto these calmer waters that they're trying to stop you from sailing onto. You become emotionally balanced. This trauma bond is going to break apart. And the further you get away from this person, the more time and distance you put between yourself and this person, the more emotionally balanced you're going to become, the more you're going to start following your own inner guidance and wisdom, the weaker this person's going to get with strength in the reverse. This person is somebody who's insecure. They have a lot of self-doubt. They're weak. They have a lot of pride. And like I said, they're arrogant. They're prideful. They don't want you to find your strength. They don't want you sailing onto these calmer waters. They don't want you to find your strength. They don't want you to become emotionally balanced. Because once you do, they can't manipulate you anymore. They can't get their response out of you, their emotional response out of you in order to feed off of you. This is somebody who's constantly testing your boundaries here. They don't want you to have boundaries, basically. If you establish boundaries with this person, they'll do anything they can to try to test those boundaries, to stomp all over those boundaries, just to prove that they have the control over you. That they basically, any boundary that you put up against this person, they almost see it as a challenge or game that they can get you to break your boundaries. They're going to come in promising you this Two of Cups relationship. They could even propose to you. Even if you walked away, they could come in with some crazy proposal, how they see the error of their ways, they want to marry you, they want to move in. This could be somebody who avoided commitment, and now they might want to come in promising commitment. They're only doing this because you put them in a stalemate with the Two of Swords here. They're going to come in with this Two of Cups proposal, promising you a Ten of Pentacles, which is all about long-term financial success and security, generational wealth. They're going to promise you like a happily ever after where you're just this power couple. They're going to tell you how they want to invest in you. They see you as a long-term person in their life. But that's because they always expected you to put up with their bullshit, and now you're not anymore. So they're basically going to come in trying to love bomb you and gaslight you. And this is all just going to be to test your boundaries. These boundaries that you have now established with this Two of Swords. They're just going to come in making all of these bullshit promises, future faking, love bombing you, to try to get you stuck back in this commitment with them so that you could put in all the work. And all this is going to do, if you accept this back, is give you more sleepless nights, more anxiety. If you finally put your boundaries up and walk away from this person, it's going to throw them into a tailspin because they expected you to sit around and put up with their crap for the rest of your life. No matter what they did to you, they just wanted you to take it. Basically, eat their shit for the rest of your life. Okay, so this person puts you in a Three of Swords. A lot of heartbreak, suffering, grief. We have this under the sleepless nights. So this person really put you through it. They broke your heart. Now we have Justice coming in here. This is, I feel like you gain truth and clarity. Whatever they did to break your heart, I feel like that made you go in and look at the clarity of the situation. Made you realize you did have to walk away. We saw that Eight of Cups somewhere in here. They're trying to stop you from walking away. Yeah, here. They're trying to stop you from leaving. But I feel like you left or you're in the process of leaving now. You're looking forward to your future here with the Three of Wands. This is your justice. You moving on is your justice after going through this heartbreak. Don't let this person keep you trapped in this anxiety and these sleepless nights, because they really had the audacity to expect you to put up with anything they threw at you. Okay, so let's get why that's here. Okay, that one jumped out. Yeah, this person had you in this Five of Wands energy. They put you in competition. They were in competition with you. They created a lot of strife, tension, disagreements, rivalry. We had a Hierophant fall out on the floor in the reverse. So, yeah, this person's a hypocrite, basically. Like I said, they would never have tolerated a tenth of the bullshit that they put you through. But they think that you're just supposed to sit there and take whatever they throw at you. This is somebody who can't take what they dish out. This was somebody who was extremely sneaky with the Five of Swords here. They caused a lot of conflict in your life. They caused a lot of these Five of Wands moments. This is somebody who is sneaky, deceptive, a liar, a thief, a backstabber. This is also a sign of abusive relationships. This person is abusive. If it's not physically abusive, it's mentally and emotionally abusive. They expect you to just tolerate all of this. They were competing with you. And like I said, they're a hypocrite with the Hierophant in the reverse. And with the King of Swords in the reverse, this is a liar, a manipulator, somebody who uses emotional abuse, somebody who misuses their power. This is like narcissistic energy. A hypocrite, a backstabber, a liar, a thief, somebody who wants to put you in conflict and chaos. And they really just had the audacity, almost to the point. Now, don't think this about yourself, but they think so little of you that they expect you to tolerate all of this. Like, that is really how little they think of you. That you should just, like, almost like you're dirt beneath their feet. That you should just put up with all of this crap that they put you through. And you should never call them out on it. You should never walk away from them. You should just sit there and take it. But they would never. And that's why the Hierophant is in the reverse. They're a hypocrite. They would never, ever tolerate the bullshit that they put you through. But they expect you to tolerate it. So, with Two Pentacles here, we have the wolf in sheep's clothing. This is somebody who juggled you. They never made you a priority. There's no balance in this person's life either. This is somebody who's very unbalanced mentally and emotionally. Now, with the Empress being in the reverse, this doesn't have to be a woman. This can be a woman or a man. This is who they actually are. They came in pretending to be somebody who was nurturing, caring, abundant, somebody who was accomplished, but really they were an Empress in the reverse. This is somebody who's selfish, impatient. There's infidelity going on. They're codependent, like toxically codependent on other people, which they would be if they were an energy vampire. They feed off of other people's energy and emotions. They create chaos around them just so they could feed off of the emotions caused by that chaotic energy. I feel like you went into Hangman. You gained a new perspective on who this person is. You saw them for who they truly are. You saw them being this wolf in sheep's clothing. You decided to surrender, to walk away, to let go of this person. And that's why now they're pissed off about it. I'm just going to get a couple more cards for the overall reading. You walking away is giving you temperance, balance, harmony, finding purpose in your life again. This person is in regret with the Five of Cups here because you established boundaries. This person with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, they're trying to test your boundaries here. I feel like if you've established these boundaries, maintain these boundaries. Don't let them have you let your guard down, because they're going to come in towards you with this depressed, oh, I'm sorry, I regret it, it was a huge mistake, blah, blah, blah. You're finding your peace and your balance now. Don't put your guard down to this person. Keep your guard up. They want to open this cycle back up with you with the World in reverse. They see it as unfinished business. This is the type of person that won't give you any closure because they want to keep the door open to come back, to manipulate you and use you some more. Because they see you as a missed opportunity. That's why they're trying to keep this door open. You're seeing through their bullshit and illusions now with the moon being here in the reverse. So don't fall for this person's crap. Keep your boundaries up. Don't let them test your boundaries. Don't let them stomp on your boundaries. Close out this cycle. Don't let them keep the door open, because they'll put you on a shelf and breadcrumb you just to keep you around for when there are other opportunities that they have here with this Four of Cups goes sideways. They can keep you on a shelf and then come back to you when they have nothing better to do. So keep your guard up. Don't let them stomp on your boundaries. Let them be depressed. Who gives a shit? It's not your problem. They didn't care that you were depressed. Find your balance after walking away. So that's the reading. Just maintain your boundaries. Don't let this person affect your emotional stability. Keep your guard up, because they do want to come back. They do want to make you promises. You've got them in a stalemate right now. Don't fall for their bullshit stories. It's very hard because you are trauma bonded to this person, but they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're always going to have this expectation that you just should tolerate anything they do to you. They're an energy vampire. They're just going to give you these sleepless nights as they test your boundaries. This person isn't going to change. They are who they are, and they just really want to have power and possession and control over you. So that's the reading. If you liked it and it resonated with you, drop a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next reading. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.